So if you aren't aware of that, this is what a reverse eye is. So this is the back of the CPP leaf spring. See, the eye is bent up like this. Okay. This is the factory leaf spring. See, the eye is bent down. So when you have, here, I'll get you guys right back as soon as I get this installed. Okay, the wonders of digital recording. I'm back that fast. So there's the original leaf spring, what it looks like, and that's a regular eye. And then this is the reverse eye. Notice it's facing down, whereas this one is facing up. So when you can see what I was talking about here, see the center lines up with this line, and 57 is right here. So there's an 1.25 inch difference right there. So I'm gonna go over here because there isn't any weight on it right now. I don't know if that's gonna make a huge difference. I'll just have to see once everything's on. But the factory, back to this, with the factory spring in, oh my gosh, so much heavier. Right there, lines up. So it's not going to 57. It's not going to 57. It's going to this right here. 1.25 inch difference. So it's 58 1/4. So I'm going to go with the 57 inch. So that's what they're saying, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm right on those bolts. Right on those bolt holes. So anyway, to go back to what I was talking about with the reverse eye. So we had a good talk, and you'll notice once the C-notch is cut in, I don't want the composite leaf spring, this back here, when it, even though there's going to be a gap, right? I don't want it as the spring moves forward and moves through its range of motion, going up and down, right? So it's not just going up and down, right? It's compressing. So that means it'll be moving forward. I don't want this part of my leg here. I don't want this back part of this composite leaf spring to hit the back of the C-notch. So what I did was I had one of my students using the hydraulic press at school, squish this guy down. Not a lot, just a little bit. So now you can see it lays forward just a little bit. And I think that's going to be enough to give me just a little more clearance in the front. So the leaf spring, once again, the reverse eye is coming this way, and it should have plenty of clearance now. So once again, there's the factory. That's what a regular eye looks like. And then there's the reverse eye right there, facing the other direction. You'll notice the hump. So that back part right here is the part I don't want to hit the bottom of the C-notch. So laid it down a little bit. I think that's going to give me enough clearance for what I need. Now this yellow diagram that I used one of my templates to make isn't back to the line it needs to be right here. So I'm going to bring this back to the 4-inch mark, and that's where the back of it will go. So it'll move back, I don't know, 1/2 inch there. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's everything that's going on. That's where I'm sitting. A lot of measurements, making sure everything's good. Really important, guys, when you're putting in the front of the C-notch with those holes. Like I said a bunch, if you guys have been watching my videos, putting in those washers was huge, and using the all thread to line it up. If these pegs don't line up, in other words, this is where your axle is, which you guys know, where the axle is sitting on, right? So if one is forward and the other is back, or they're not lining up, then your axle is not going to be centered. You want your axle to be centered under your vehicle. So you want to make sure that when you put those holes in, that they're in the right location. So, and with 1 1/4 inch hole there, you can vary forward or back on it. So you want to make sure that you're centered right on that. Okay. All right. Well, that's my advice for the day. I'm going to hit it and I will let you guys know as things move forward. Thanks, guys. This is the difference between the StreetGRIP mono composite leaf spring. You can lift it with one hand, nice and easy. And here's the factory leaf. Difference between unsprung weight. There we go, got it up. And yeah, however, looking at the line scribe to center, it is dead on. I've measured from both sides, so looks like it's going to work out fine. Also, look at the difference in the height. You can see that the RideTech spring is going to drop you down a lot lower. So I'm glad I'll be putting in those little C notches. So just wanted to show you guys that real quick.